Do you have a knife that you absolutely love the feel of it, the performance of it, and everything about it, but you find yourself not using it a whole lot because you're not happy with the sheath arrangement on it, so you leave it laying in your gearbox or hanging on the wall? Maybe you should consider getting a custom sheath. If that's not you, if you still find a way to make it work, then this video probably isn't for you. But if you're on the fence about whether or not it's worth spending that extra money on top of that $150, $180, $200 you've already spent on that knife, to go ahead and get a sheath that is dialed in to exactly what you want, then here's my 3 reasons on why I finally bit the bullet and started getting custom sheaths. The first big one for me is customizing the style of sheath in terms of carry method, ride height, position, what the materials are. Though that to me made it worth it once I finally bit the bullet and did it. So the first one I had done was this leather sheath for my Tops Dicer 3. Now, this knife I find to be extremely comfortable. The handle just absolutely fits wonderful. The blade profile works great for my task. I took to this knife as soon as I got it in, and I loved it. But with it being in the Tops kitchen lineup, all it comes with is a Kydex blade cover. No belt loop or any way to carry it. So I tried a few different ways. They all kept epically failing. And as much as I love the knife, I found myself not using it. And I said, you know what? If I've got this thing, it's time that I get a sheath that I actually like and to use it. So I reached out to Craig Powell, Craig's Leather Things on Instagram, and he was like, yep, I will make you a sheath for it. So I sent him the knife. He made me this nice leather slip sheath here, and absolutely confirmed what I thought, and I used the knife 10 times more once I had it. Once I did that, I became a little bit more comfortable with the fact that I had to spend more money on top of the purchase price to get a sheath that I like, because this knife I carried almost every day for a year and a half. Nothing would replace it. The biggest reason being was the sheaths on the other knives prevented me from carrying them. So this knife's been all across the country on a world of adventures at this point, thanks to getting a custom sheath. We look at the Top Silent Hero 4. Again, I love the knife. I love the performance of it. But the sheath that it comes with, while a good quality Kydex and a good sheath that locks in, it's secure, works great. I'm not a fan of scout carry. So I tried a couple different things, putting a clip on it. I never was happy with it, so I made this belt loop out of zip ties and duct tape. Functional, worked great, but it just didn't quite do it for me. So finally, I reached out to Aaron Morgan at Houghton Air Outdoors. He whipped me up this left-handed dangler, Kydex and leather combination. Now I've carried this thing a lot more. Same with all of these on here. And that's when it finally clicked with me after this one, and after getting this one as well, and seeing how much I actually carried and used the knives now, it truly made it worth it. A lot of these knives I could not make a decision on whether I actually liked them or not, because I wasn't carrying and using them, and I wasn't carrying and using them because of the sheaths. And there's none of them have been low quality sheaths that they've come with. They've just not suited my needs. So I got custom sheaths made, and that changed it. The second reason I like them, and that has stemmed from getting this one, is I find custom sheaths can offer you a little bit more durability, and I guess it comes back to customization some as far as your attachment goes, but you get a little bit better, I wouldn't say quality, I'm not really sure how to describe it, but in this instance for me, I find it to be a little bit more durable, because I like the retention of the Kydex. I like that it will brush off scrapes and cuts and nicks. You know, unlike a leather one where you can gouge it when you start dragging it through brush or rock. These are easier to clean out. They don't require as much maintenance as far as leather conditioner and stuff like that goes. I like a good leather sheath. As you can see, I've got some here, but for a knife that I'm going to be dragging through the outdoors, I like this setup. The leather on it allows for it to have more give at the attachment point, so you're not stressing your Kydex like you would with just a Kydex backer plate. You get some flex in it when you sit down, and it just all around, for me, creates a great combination. And as you can see, I've started going to that. I've got 4 sheaths now like that. So I find that, I guess that's where I would call the durability versus a leather sheath. You also have a bit more security with a Kydex sheath. Now this one, you could have done a leather wrap on it. That's what Aaron did for me here. He took the factory sheath, just put a leather wrap on it. Because this sheath is the same way. The third one is going to be personalizing it in terms of, you know, what kind of stitching do you want, what your colorway options are, the materials used. You know, do you want just plain leather? Do you want ostrich? Do you want alligator or kangaroo? You know, do you want, how thick of Kydex do you want? Do you want 0.08? Do you want 0.12? Do you need something thin for pocket carry? So you get some more personalization. You get to express your style, match it to other gear. If you want a specific set colorway to match your hunting gear or your city carry, your barbecue carry, dress up, you've got those options. So again, like I said, if you've got a knife that you love but you just don't find yourself carrying because you're not happy with the sheath, reach out to somebody. This sheath here is from Shankle Homestead Leatherworks. I had it made for my Tops Woodcraft. Again, I love the knife, but I did not carry it a whole lot because I just wasn't a fan of how the sheath rode on my belt. And I like left-handed knives on my bigger knives, my bigger danglers like this. So Jim made me a left-handed dangler. I love the knife. Just so happens to also fit comfortably my Essie Ashley game knife. This knife came with just a basic Kydex sheath, functional, but I didn't like how it carried, so it happened to fit in there. So now I've got multi-purpose, and I just keep this one. I switch them back and forth, put them in the top sheath when I'm not carrying it in that one. So Shankle Homestead Leatherworks has made some for me. Aaron Morgan at Houghton Air Outdoors, Craig Powell at Craig's Leather Things, he's made some for me. Find you a good sheath maker, get you a sheath made for that knife, and see if it doesn't change it. I understand everybody wants the perfect factory sheath. I get that, I respect it, but at the end of the day, now that I've done this, I understand that manufacturers will provide you with a good, usable, quality sheath. But everybody's got their own taste, everybody's got their own ideas on what they want. So if they started offering sheaths like that you could customize or you could dial in, or if it had these features on it, this and that, this group of people may love that, this group of people may hate it, but the price is going to go up either way. So there's got to be a fine line there they walk. And like Jeeps and Harleys, most people are going to probably customize them anyways they feel like. So they offer you something functional that'll work if you want it, but if you want to take it to the next level, get you a custom sheath. So there's my thoughts on it. Hope y'all have a good one. Keep your knives charged, your lights sharp. Y'all have a good one.